All right, everybody, welcome back. Good late afternoon now, and we have reached the end of the line. That's right, we're going to do our final deep dive video into a Seattle Seahawks 2025 draft pick. We're going to do a little bit of tape study on Ricky White III, and I picked out one of his best games from last year, Fresno State, 2024, Week 5. Maybe not the best game of his career, but a very good game that he played last season. I thought it would exhibit his good qualities the best, maybe a little bit of his more negative qualities as well, but it's a pretty good starting place for him. So, again, I'm not going to put clips in this video. I've tried to do that before, hasn't worked out. What I'm going to do is just go over the notes that I wrote as I was going through the tape here. So if you want to play along, you can. You can pull up the cut-ups of this game. They're pretty easy to find, and you can play along, I guess. But if not, then hopefully my notes help shed some light on what we're talking about here with Ricky White III. All right, so we're just going to go through the game in chronological order. I'll write down, I wrote down everything that I could think of when it came to his individual performance, and we'll see where we land. Please like this video. If you haven't already, click the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new. Click the bell for notifications. Become a channel member for $2 a month. Those are the best ways to support the channel. Okay, so Fresno State, Ricky White plays 43 snaps, runs 23 routes, so it's actually not even high volume, and he still had a monster game. 34 of his snaps came wide, and 9 came in the slot, so pretty decent mix. 10 catches, 127 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 drop. So one of the best games of his career. He did have the 1 drop, but other than that, I thought he played a really good game, and I understand why this game had positive press. Okay. So first notable play of the game for him, I think this was third down, actually. Maybe it was second down, but early in the game, it's a comebacker. He's open 12 yards down the field. It's a great example of him using his deep speed to threaten the defense and then run a comebacker. Gets wide open, and he drops a good throw. So his drop happens right at the very start. He's going to the ground as he goes for the catch, but he should have caught it. I think it's a drop. I think it's fair to call this one a drop. And we're not off to the greatest of starts, obviously, but there's still plenty of game left, and clearly he would atone for that drop the rest of the way. So we got a play a couple minutes later. He's outside, but he's lined up tight, so he's close to the offensive line. Runs a smooth crossing route going from, I think it was left to right, and the quarterback just hits him over the middle, nice and easy. He does let the ball get into his body. He doesn't catch it with his hands. He kind of catches it with his body, which is something that you see a decent amount of on his tape, which is part of the reason why he drops passes. But he does bring it in. He does make the catch, and he does make a nice little play here. I would hope that the hands thing can be fixed. I don't know if it can be. Next play is a pitch play by the UNLV offense, and I love his run blocking here. I think he does a great job blocking like 12 yards downfield on the cornerback, squares up on him, locks him up, actually keeps him away from the back, creates extra yards. It's a great example of him being a pretty good run blocker. And if we get that kind of effort in the NFL, he will find a way to contribute even at the pro level. About 10 minutes left in the first quarter, he runs a go route and does get behind the cornerback. You do see his ability to stack a corner, but the cornerback is just barely able to get back to the play just in time to tip it away. Just barely manages to get a finger on it. White had a chance at a miracle catch, but it would have been one of the great catches of the season. So I don't think I can fault him for it. It's an amazing play by the cornerback, really. But you do see White get behind his man. Maybe the quarterback wasn't able to lead him as much as he wanted to because he was trying to fit it in front of the safety. That's part of the reason why it happened. But it was really good play by the corner, but you still see White separating on a go route. A couple minutes later, he was lined up in the slot. He motions right to left, and he gets a check down in the flat. It's kind of a manufactured touch. But he does use his blockers very well, gets to the outside and tiptoes the sideline to get nearly 20 yards. So he does do good work here. He does correctly identify where he needs to go, gets to the outside, gets to the sideline, gets nearly 20 yards on a play where he could have easily gotten like 6. So I'm not enamored with his yak ability. I think there are other things he does that are more standout than that, but a play like this shows you that there is some of that going on here. About a minute later, he shows off his blocking acumen for a quarterback keeper near the goal line. I think he does a really good job again squaring up on his man, making sure he cannot go get the quarterback, making sure the quarterback is free to just go into the end zone. It's a great blocking rep, man. And if he can do that in the NFL, I mean, there's no way that a guy like Jake Bobo should be able to get snaps in the NFL, but a guy like Ricky White can't if Ricky White is just as good of a blocker, and he might be. Like, based on what I saw in this game, I found myself continually thinking, this guy's going to be a problem as a blocker in the NFL, and I mean a problem for the defense. A couple minutes, well, actually much later, because there was an extended period of time where all UNLV did was run the ball, because UNLV had a big lead this whole game, and they just wanted to control the game with the run, and they did so effectively. But with about 3:38 left in the second quarter, he's lined up wide right. It's a comebacker. He gets the defense playing soft and just turns around and grabs an easy one. Not much to it, but it does showcase how teams are afraid of him. Teams were afraid of him going deep, and he was just able to play off that and hit easy comebackers. Next play was a easy money 5-yard curl with the defense playing well off. So it's taking candy from a baby, but I do like how snappy he was in stopping and turning to face the quarterback. I do like how quickly he got his body around so he could catch the easy pass. Little things like that are going to help make this NFL transition much easier for him. At the 2-minute warning, he runs a slant over the middle on 3rd and 3. I think he did a good job selling a go route or an outside route, and the cornerback gets kind of caught flat-footed, and using leverage, he just manages to get open over the middle. Quarterback hits him, and it's not even a very good throw. The quarterback throws it behind him, but he makes a nice adjustment to bring it in and then just go in the end zone for an easy touchdown. So, first touchdown of the game. It's a good adjustment on his part. It's a good route on his part. So we're seeing a lot of the good things here with Ricky White so far. Early in the third quarter, 14:33 left in the third, he gets free from slot right on an intermediate slant, and he breaks open. So you're seeing him do some work from the slot now. Just a simple intermediate slant where he wins the leverage battle and breaks open. It's a good throw. Gets a couple of yak yards as well. Pretty big play. So that may be what he ends up doing at the NFL level. That kind of stuff, he may end up being more of a slot guy, and if so, it's good to see reps where he's just winning as a route runner. Next play, another easy 5-yard curl off of RPO. The defensive fear of him running a go route is evident, and they're not going to let him get behind them, so he gets easy 5-yard curls. A few minutes later, he runs a go route, and he is blanketed by double coverage. The defense is all over him. Quarterback throws it up, kind of just a 500 ball. There's not much to it. He just throws it up there and hopes Ricky White can go make a play on it. There's no space. It's a very easy interception, but White draws a defensive pass interference penalty to keep the drive alive and pick up 15 yards. Honestly, for my money, the pass interference was not necessary. He was very well covered by 2 defenders. I think the defender made a pretty clear and obvious mistake in interfering. It was not necessary, but keeps the drive alive. Okay, so much later in the third quarter, there's a quarterback scramble, and the quarterback ends up getting like 20 yards or something, and it's minor, but I really like how he avoided getting a holding penalty here. The way he was angled compared to the defender, he had 2 choices. He could either grab him and hope he got away with it, or just not block him, and he chose to not block him. Any grab would have been very obvious, so I like that. You don't see that with every player. Some players don't pick up on that kind of stuff. This guy did. So really, really good stuff there. First play of the fourth quarter, there's a big cushion when he's lined up outside, and he runs a 3-yard curl. Again, easy money, but what happens after the catch is what's special. He spins to break the tackle, turns what would have been a 4-yard gain into a 14-yard touchdown catch just by virtue of his yak skills. So again, it's not my favorite thing about him, but he can do it. So he can break away from a defensive back tackle and go squirt his way into the end zone. A couple minutes later, he's lined up tight slot to the left, and he runs a crosser. It's a trick play wide receiver pass like the Philly special, and he gets wide open and brings the ball in, crosses the entire field to present a target to the quarterback, or, well, it wasn't the quarterback here, but the thrower of the football. So pretty routine stuff, but he goes all the way from left to right to present the target. And the last play of note for me was this, with about 11 minutes left in the fourth. Excellent run blocking rep. Squares up on the safety here. And the block is very important in making sure the running back got into the end zone. Just squares up, gets between his man and the ball, and doesn't disengage immediately. He just sticks on the block for long enough. And overall, I came away from this game feeling like even if this guy can't catch, he can block. And I mean, I think he can catch at least some. Maybe he doesn't have the best hands in the world, but he can do some stuff. And yeah, that is my look at Ricky White III, the tape, and that's going to do it. We do have some interesting UDFAs this year, and I will discuss them down the line, but it probably won't be quite as in-depth, and it's not going to be immediately. I'm not feeling any big rush here. Honestly, I think that our UDFA haul was a little bit light on potential impact players. There were like, I'd say 2, maybe I could squeeze out a third, but I'm not really going to be pushing that too hard. So for the moment, that's it for the rookie class. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think of Ricky White. Thanks for watching. Go Hawks, and more content coming soon. That'll do it for today, unless something happens, but more stuff will be coming soon. Go Hawks. Everybody have a great day.